Listen, have I got a treat for you if you are inclined. What's my treat? Old magazines. I know. Isn't that what everybody loves? But look, these ain't just regular old magazines. These are Chayenus. And Chayenus, that's what this says here. Chayenu. You have it here. Chayenu. This one happens to be Beshalach, Parashat Beshalach. And these are from this year. And they're a publication from Chabad. And why I love them so, and I was getting them and then I stopped because it's a lot of information to read, but you get like 5, 6, 7, 8 books in one magazine. It's just they do a portion of each book so that it can fit in here. In this publication, it's just absolutely phenomenal. Let me just say why I'm doing this. I want to give some of these away. These are not, they have Hashem's name in them, so they cannot be thrown away. But they can be passed on to someone else so they can get learnings out of it. And every year you're going to read the same Torah portion. So you can definitely save this for use in 2025 when we start the Hebrew year 5786. So right now we're in 5785. So what is in here? So you get the Torah Parsha with Rashi. So this is another way you can read Rashi. And how does this look? You might see some. I do have some little notes in here. I'm not even going to lie. But you get the English verse. So you have your verse for the Torah portion. You have your English verse. You have your Hebrew verse. And this is great if you're learning to read Hebrew too. You have Nikudot. See there? And here's your English. And then you have your Onkelos. And the Onkelos is written in Hebrew, regular Hebrew block letters and not Rashi script. So that's kind of cool too. With, let me see, do we have that here? Yep. Nikudot as well. So you can actually pronounce the Aramaic, which is like phenomenal. Then on the bottom, you have Rashi, the actual Rashi commentary. You have here what part of the verse he's talking about. And then you have the explanations of it. And then if you're interested in reading Rashi in Hebrew, you have it right there. So here's the Hebrew Rashi commentary and the translated Rashi commentary, all under the section called Rashi. And then here are the editor's notes to help you understand and expound on what Rashi's saying. So in one Chayenu, not only do you get the Rashi commentary, and like I said, I ain't gonna lie, there's I got a couple markups in here on things that I found interesting. So but it's the whole Rashi commentary. You can sit and take your time. And then after that, you get the Haftarah portion that goes with that Torah portion. I'm just trying to get to the page so you can see. And the Haftarah also has commentary. And so you can get the verses, the Haftarah verses in both Hebrew and English with the notes on how to read and how to understand that Haftarah portion. We usually just read it and go through it, but you can actually take your time. The next section after that is the daily Psalms section. This is for the most part completely in Hebrew. But what they did, each one of these are Psalms. What they did is they wrote a little summary on what that Psalm is about and kind of like give you a little focus on it. The next section after that is the, so that's the daily Tehillim section, Tehillim Psalms. After that, you get something from the, let's see, this is from the Tanya. So you get a little reading from the Tanya. And that also is going to have your Hebrew and your English and some more explanations from the editors to help you out there. There's and this one book covers the week. So you'll have oftentimes when you'll have what to read on a Monday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Shabbat. You'll see it at the top. So you see how it says Tanya, and you have Monday. And that's pretty much how, see, even the Torah portion, Sunday, Chumash, the Torah portion, the Torah, the 5 books, Sunday, Monday. So you always know what you're supposed to be reading. So Monday, you read, Sunday, you're going to read this, of all these different sections. Monday, you're going to read this. So that's what makes this book, I mean, it's just amazing. Okay, when you're done with the Tanya, now you're going to move on to the Rambam. And the Rambam is going over all these different commandments that the Jews have to follow. You know, what's the commandment about a mumza, which is another way, in English we say bastard. You know, what's how do the halakha, the commandments deal with understanding a mumza? Priest and marriage. How do we look at the zona, the harlot? So, it's just amazing, all these things in here, like intimacy, the hala. So for each day, same like the Chumash, you're going to learn the Rambam. And the Rambam, see how it says Sunday? The Rambam really wanted to make sure everybody understood what the Torah was saying about these things. So he went in and made this, these books, these 14 books, I believe, so that he could explain the mitzvot to the people, the commandments to the people, so that they would follow in the way Hashem wanted them to go. Once you get done with that portion, after that, it's a, so let me see. Let me just give you an example. So say like, Lord have mercy. Okay, I didn't mean to go there. Okay, so when a woman was married to 2 husbands and they both died, she should not marry a 3rd man. If she did marry, she need not be divorced. Indeed, even if he merely consecrated her, he may consummate the marriage. An unlearned Israelite should not marry the daughter of a priest, for this is comparable to the desecration of Aaron's seed. If they marry, our sages say that their marriage will not be propitious. Instead, they will die without children. Either he or she will die in the near future, or there will be strife between them. When, by contrast, a Torah scholar marries the daughter of a priest, this is attractive and praiseworthy, joining the Torah and the priesthood as one. So that's an understanding on how to walk out that halakha. Then you have the Rambam Sefer HaMitzvot, where it actually explains the 613 mitzvot. Usually has a few in there with a little explanation. It'll have the mitzvot and it'll have explanations on how to understand that the actual commandment. Again, there's 613 of them, so it's taking its time going through them. And every week you get these sections, so you just get a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And then the next section is called a daily Parsha insight. So this one is for Beshalach. So this insight is going to have all week long, you're looking at a different portion of that Torah. There are a different part of that Torah portion. Then you have something called the Lilmod, the weekly study. And that's going to go into the Tanakh. This particular week, they're doing Joshua 15, chapter 15, which we're not too far from. And you'll read it. You can read it in Hebrew. You read it in the English translation. And there's some notes at the bottom to kind of go expound into that a bit more. And then they have, I'm actually a fan of this, called the Geulah study. In the talking about the how do we say, the world to come and things of that matter with that, which in Christianity, that's one of the focuses that we have, understanding the world to come. So for me, I find it absolutely fascinating. But that's just, our books are written by Jews, so it would make sense that they would have a lot of that in there. One of the things that Chabad is really good at is focusing, making sure you stay focused on the coming of the Mashiach and what that means and getting ready for it. So I love the Geulah study personally. And then the next section is called Hasidut. That's usually some, like a teaching from one of the Rebbes or the Rebbe on different topics. Then we have, like here, we're building the Malchut. drawing forth rulership. The Malchut is another way to say the kingdom. And let's see. In Christianity, you know it as the kingdom of heaven is like, and the kingdom of heaven is the Malchut, which is the lower sphera of the Sphirot. So if you don't know what I just said, not a problem. Then we have a section called the Ein Yaakov. So that's really what the publication is, and it goes into that different understandings the sages teaching in there. Then you have the Mishnah, a little bit more Rambam, halachic discussion, lawful discussion, and a couple more. A responsa, which is like maybe a rabbi speaking, wanting to expound on a topic or of some kind. Maybe somebody had a question, and a Hasidic story, like some almost like those Baal Shem Tov stories where this Hasidic person's walking around and like a miracle happens. I don't know, like those kind of things. All that packed into one book. So if you want like your learnings on the go, and you might be interested in the Chayenu, I would be more than happy to send you one of these, so you can it will be an old one, but you can go and look into one. That's how I learned. Someone gave me one. I studied it, and I was like, oh my goodness. And it kicked me off to helping me on this journey to understand Israel and some of the books of Israel, and how I actually got to see halakha laws and things like that, how they work, and I got more comfortable with the oral Torah because now I'm in it every day. If you are interested in purchasing a membership from Chayenu, I believe in the U.S. it's maybe $16 or $18 U.S., maybe $20 a month, and you get every month you get 4 of these big thick books. So because they last 1 week. Every week you have a Torah portion. So so you're getting a lot of material. If you collect all these over the year, you'll have a whole set of Rashi. You'll have 1/3 of the Rambam. You'll have 1/3 of, I don't know if it's a third of the Tanya, but a piece of the Tanya. Like, you are getting a lot in one book. So if you're a little bit tight on funds, but yet you want to have kind of like build a library, if you will, in a different way, or get exposure to books and works with commentary that can help guide you onto what the material is, I highly suggest the Chayenus. And you see here, it's chayenu.org if you're interested in signing up. But I highly recommend these. And again, you would see how this is January 21st through 27th, 2024. So you're getting one of these every week with all that material in there that I was showing you. If you're interested, I will be more than happy to send one to you, so you can get a feel of it. Just one though, because I want to be able to send to whoever wants. And if you're interested in it, please send me an email at the rbstudygroup@gmail.com, and I'll put the email there, and that I can send one to you if you are comfortable with giving me your address. Not a problem. Other than that, you can always get these books individually, but like I said, it's a great buy, and you grow immensely. Just 1 month, you'll see a change in your understanding. Easily said. Okay, so brbstudygroup@gmail.com, and we'll get something out to you. So let me know. Alrighty.